Although we don't know exactly what went down, here's what we do know. If they have to remove you off of the team, yeah, you can assume it was pretty dang bad. When the head coach is sitting up here telling people, please don't ask any more questions, it's so bad we can't even tell you what's going on, you have to assume the worst, don't you? Well, would you looky here. It looks like our boy Stetson Bennett, he's in some trouble. Or at least it appears to seem that he has some serious issues going on. And I do apologize because I meant to make this video sooner and speak on this sooner, but there's just been so much stuff going on in the college football world. And y'all know we like to talk about college football a lot here. However, we also do like to talk on the NFL a little bit. And one of, if not my favorite topics to speak on in the NFL, are the rookie quarterbacks. And unfortunately for Bennett, his career has gotten off to an awful start, at least for the NFL. And even saying his NFL career has gotten off to an awful or terrible start, that might be underestimating this situation. With Bennett, we're not even talking about a football situation anymore. We're talking about a life situation. And I've been following this situation very closely the past 5 to 6, 7 days, and it just gets crazier and crazier. But let me show you where things started. On September 13th, it was announced that the Rams are going to place rookie quarterback Stetson Bennett on the reserve/non-football injury list. When that news broke and I heard it, I was like, that's a little weird, isn't it? And a lot of people felt the same way as me, but there's also your fair share of people saying, no big deal whatsoever, and they just swept it under the rug, which I understand. It's really hard to look at this news right here I'm showing you and go, oh man, something terrible is going on in his life. So we didn't do that, but just like with anything in this life, the speculation, it grew. And before I even say this, no, this isn't confirmed. This has just been the rumors that have been leaked out. Take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt and form your own opinion. The speculation that was going on, and the most popular opinion going around, is that Stetson Bennett, let's just say, he couldn't control his alcohol. And you know why this was the first rumor to break out? Because after he won the championship, he got drunk and he was arrested. So of course, the first conclusion that everybody's going to jump to is this is involving alcohol. Which then brings up the question of, okay, is this guy an alcoholic? I mean, what's going on? Yet again, though, can't emphasize this enough, those were just rumors, nothing confirmed. Everything we just talked about, that took place on September 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. But however, 3 days ago on September 16th, this news broke out. And that news is no other than the Rams head coach Sean McVay announced that the rookie quarterback Stetson Bennett has been removed from the active roster due to issues, quote unquote, bigger than football. I'm going to show it to you and say it to you one more time. Stetson Bennett has been removed from the team for issues that are bigger than football. Yet again, poses the question, okay, what could this be? And everybody's immediate conclusion, or the one thing they want to jump to, is alcohol. Sean McVay also added this, quote unquote, out of respect for him and the situation, I'm going to leave all the specifics and particulars in-house. And yeah, Sean McVay, he hasn't said anything more about it. And what seems so weird about this to me, well, I guess it isn't weird, it's just normal protocol and procedure. Sean McVay has been advocating for people to quit asking about it, and he's told people time after time, please respect my wishes of not wanting to speak about this anymore. Here's what he stated, quote unquote. I really hope that you can please respect my wishes in regards to keeping that in-house. I understand you have a job to do, but there are certain things that I think are a little bigger and a little more important. And out of respect for the particulars and the specifics, we want to keep this in-house, and that's where I want to leave it. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's it. That's all we know. I do want to clarify this for some people that are confused. No, it has been confirmed. This isn't a physical injury. This is something else. Now, as to what it is or what it could be, have no idea. You can speculate all you want in the comments, but I have nothing to report on. Sean McVay and the Rams and Stetson Bennett himself and his team, they've done a very good job of keeping everybody out of their business. I will say, though, it's an extremely odd situation, and I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this involving a quarterback at the NFL level. Especially in 2023. Do you know how hard it is to keep people out of your business and just stay quiet when you're in the NFL? The fact that somebody doesn't have the inside scoop on this is blowing my mind. But yet, here we are. And if you want my 2 cents on the situation as to what I think it could be, here's my thoughts. If I had to take a wild guess, yeah, I would assume, and this is the only logical guess you could even have, it involves alcohol. That's the best educated guess you can make, right? Because last time he got in trouble, what happened? Alcohol, it was involved. So therefore, you get in trouble again, yeah, I'm going to assume it is involving alcohol. That's the only thing you can assume. It could be something that's not as bad as that, or it could be something worse. We don't know. We're left in the dark. But here's what I will say, if this is something bad like that, I just don't understand it, man. I don't. Or my bad. I do understand it because the more I've covered these stories of these 4 and 5 star recruits and just people in general that can't stay out of trouble, I understand that people are wired differently. And that's all there is to it. People are wired differently, and we'll leave it at that. But I'm not going to lie, even though I can sit up here and say, okay, people are wired differently, it still mind boggles me as to how you got the best job in the world. You don't even got to play football. You're the backup quarterback. All you got to do is sit on the bench, show up to your workout, show up to practice, and you're going to make $1 million per year. And yet, you can't stay out of trouble. Crazy, man. It's crazy. And I hope it's nothing too serious for old DoorDash Bennett, and I hope he turns his life around. I'm not saying he has done something really bad. I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm just saying if he has done something bad, that is what mind boggles me. I hope he resolves it soon, and I'm sure we'll get an update on it. Eventually, it will get leaked down, and whenever it does, you know we'll talk about it. Although we don't know exactly what went down, here's what we do know. If they have to remove you off of the team, yeah, you can assume it was pretty dang bad. And here's my point with that. Even if situations are somewhat bad, and we've seen this in the history, the head coach will address it. He'll say, oh yeah, this happened, it sucks, but we're going to move forward. And Sean McVay didn't even address it. He's like, yeah, we can't tell you what it is. That is what is leading me to believe, at least, it's something seriously bad. When the head coach is sitting up here telling people, please don't ask any more questions, it's so bad we can't even tell you what's going on, you have to assume the worst, don't you? I'm trying not to assume the worst, but it's human nature to do that. We're all going to do it. I'm extremely curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. What in the world and what in the crap do you think's going on? And one last thing before we end up this video, I have a serious question for you guys. Please let me know your thoughts on this as well. At this point in time, with Stetson DoorDash Bennett being, I think he's still currently 25, he's about to be 26. Is this the end of his career? Because let's say he doesn't play this year due to off-the-field issues and he comes back next year. Well, he'll be close to 27. And it's not like he's a proven quarterback in the NFL. He still needs to prove himself. Remember, guys, I told you after the draft, I think it was a great pickup for the Rams because I think Bennett is a more than capable backup quarterback. That is his ceiling in the NFL, backup QB. Well, now at this point, with all the off-the-field problems, does a team even want that baggage for their backup quarterback? I don't think so. Being a quarterback in the NFL is much more than just being a good football player. We know this. You can't just be a good football player if you're going to be a quarterback. You got to be a good person too. You got to be charismatic, not cause problems in the locker room. There's just so many other things that come with that. And with Bennett being one of the older QBs and now having off the field problems, could this be the end? He is seriously in danger of jeopardizing not just his NFL career, but his life. Because guys, let me remind you, Bennett wasn't a first-round pick and signed for $10 million. This dude is on like a what? $1.2 million contract? You got to remember he's got to pay taxes, got to pay his agent. He doesn't have life-changing money just quite yet. And more than likely, he won't get that life-changing money. So if this is the end-all be-all to Stetson Bennett's football career, he'll have to get a regular job, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just crazy it's gotten to that point this fast. This man went from the highest of highs, winning a championship, not just that, winning back-to-back championships at Georgia, getting drafted, everybody's high on him. Heck, there's even some people saying he could start over Matt Stafford. I saw it. Some people were saying that, and now, here we are. Life, it definitely hits you fast, and it'll humble you fast. There's many more things I could say, but I'm just extremely curious to find out what is actually going on. And like I said, if you guys know anything about this, let us know in the comment section. Fill us in. Sad situation, man. Sad situation. Let me know your thoughts down below. But, Roman